If Jerome Powell announces a rate cut tomorrow, we could be facing one of the most critical moments for the crypto market this year. And while everyone's watching Bitcoin and Ethereum, Ripple is quietly cooking up something massive with Binance that could change the game forever. On top of that, Grok, Elon Musk's AI, just dropped some wild XRP price predictions that sound like science fiction, but might actually make more sense than you'd think. Stick around, because we're going to connect the dots and explain why XRP could be at the center of a financial revolution. Let's start with what could be the most immediate catalyst: the FOMC meeting happening tomorrow. Jerome Powell is set to announce whether the Fed will lower interest rates. And if he does, that would be the first step in a broader shift toward liquidity easing. And this isn't just a macro event. A rate cut creates ripple effects, pun intended, that touch every corner of the economy. Lower rates mean cheaper borrowing, more credit, and more money flowing into the market. Assets with higher risk and higher return, like crypto, tend to benefit first. And among those, tokens with real-world utility like XRP are poised to lead. But that's just the beginning. While we wait for Powell's decision, the market is already making moves. On Polymarket, traders are placing a 37% probability that Ethereum will hit $4,000 this month. That tells us something important. Expectations of bullish momentum are already priced in. Now you might be wondering, what does Ethereum price action have to do with XRP? The answer is correlation and sentiment. When Ethereum surges, capital often flows into other strong altcoins. But unlike meme tokens or speculative hype coins, XRP offers complementary utility. While Ethereum powers smart contracts, XRP powers payments. Both are key pillars of a future tokenized economy. So if the wave starts with Ethereum, it could carry XRP up with it and maybe even further. This next story could be a game changer. Binance and Ripple are teaming up to launch Ripple Dollar, a new stablecoin expected to reach a $2 billion market cap by 2028. This isn't just another attempt to copy USDT or USDC. This is a move that combines Binance's global scale with Ripple's regulatory alignment and banking infrastructure. Ripple Dollar is designed to be used at scale, not just in DeFi, but in real-world banking systems. Now here's the key link. Stablecoins need liquidity. They need bridges between banks and blockchains. And XRP is that bridge. If Ripple Dollar takes off, XRP becomes the fuel that powers its movement across borders, platforms, and protocols. That means real demand, real use, real value. And if you think that's a stretch, wait until you hear this. In a move that flew under the radar, Ripple has now secured indirect access to the U.S. Federal Reserve's infrastructure through a fintech company called FIS, officially recognized as a third-party token service provider. This is massive. While other crypto companies are struggling with compliance, Ripple is quietly positioning itself within the traditional financial system, not as an outsider, but as a collaborator. And again, the role of XRP becomes critical. Whether used for liquidity, settlement, or as collateral, XRP is the native token that facilitates Ripple's solutions. So when we talk about integration with the Fed, we're also talking about potential volume and institutional use of XRP. Quiet moves, big impact. And now, let's push this vision even further into the future. Let's talk about some bold numbers. Grok, the AI developed by Elon Musk, recently shared its forecast for XRP, and here's what it expects: $20 in 2025, $47 in 2026, $110 in 2027, and up to $258 by 2028. Yeah, it sounds wild. But when you look at the bigger picture, Ripple Dollar going live, access to the Fed, increasing global adoption, and clearer regulation, it starts to feel a bit more grounded. These aren't just random guesses. They reflect a future where XRP is deeply embedded in real financial systems. And if that happens, those prices may not be as crazy as they sound. But for now, the market still has to shake off some turbulence. Over $464 million in crypto liquidations were recorded in the last 24 hours alone. That's huge, a sign that traders are still over-leveraged and markets are volatile. But here's what matters. Assets with weak fundamentals tend to collapse in these moments. Assets with real value? They survive. They hold. Sometimes they even gain. And that's exactly what we're seeing with XRP. Amid the chaos, it's showing relative strength supported by growing adoption, clearer regulations, and stronger connections to institutional finance. That's not just price action. That's resilience. And speaking of adoption, the final piece of today's puzzle takes us to the United Arab Emirates. Rak Bank has officially become the first bank in the UAE to offer crypto services. And yes, Ripple and Ripple Dollar are approved by Dubai's financial authority. This is a huge milestone. The UAE is quickly becoming one of the most crypto-forward nations in the world. Their choice to work with Ripple is a vote of confidence in both the technology and the token. This isn't about speculation anymore. It's about real-world infrastructure, and XRP is becoming part of it. Let's connect everything we've covered. There's potential for lower interest rates and more liquidity. Ethereum is leading the charge, lifting correlated assets. Ripple Dollar is launching a $2 billion stablecoin initiative. We have indirect access to the Fed and real institutional integration. AI predicts triple-digit XRP prices within a few years. Massive liquidations are clearing the way for stronger tokens. And real banks in real countries are officially adopting Ripple. If that doesn't signal a shift in the financial landscape, I don't know what does. XRP isn't just surviving, it's quietly setting up to lead the next era of crypto. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. There's much more coming, and you'll want to stay ahead of the curve. See you in the next one.